What is up? This is your LA in a Minute, and I'm standing in front of Mariachi Plaza in one of the most culturally significant and historic areas of Los Angeles, Boyle Heights. Boyle Heights was originally known as Paredon Blanco by the Spanish and Mexican rulers in the 19th century, but eventually the land was purchased by Andrew Boyle, who fought in the Mexican-American War and in 1858 bought the 22 acres for $4,000. Let's get into the history. So before the arrival of the Europeans, the Tongva or Quij people lived in the area now known as Boyle Heights. Spanish colonists or conquistadors claimed the land as their own, marking the eastern edge of the Pueblo de Los Angeles, established in 1781. After Mexico won independence from Spain in 1821, the land was portioned out and given to families who primarily grew grapes to turn into wine. So California had attained statehood, and by 1858, Andrew Boyle was the first Anglo to settle east of the Los Angeles River, purchasing a 22-acre tract and vineyard and establishing his home in what would become known as Boyle Heights. His son-in-law, William Workman, would become equally influential as he became early mayor of Los Angeles and pushed to build infrastructure, bringing Boyle Heights into the modern era. Workman also spearheaded the Los Angeles Cable Railway, a huge moment in the history and future of the area. When the railway opened in 1889, a banner in Boyle Heights said, "East Side greeting, we welcome all." As the new century took shape, that would become a motto of sorts for the future of the neighborhood. Early 20th century, Boyle Heights was one of the only communities in Los Angeles that didn't have restrictive housing covenants that discriminated against people of color. Harriet Owens Bynum was one of the first black residents to arrive in 1887, and she became a real estate agent, selling lots and houses and renting to other black families in Boyle Heights. Fleeing the Mexican Revolution, Boyle Heights became the home for many Mexican people. After the San Francisco earthquake in 1906, it also became the home for many Japanese. Close to downtown with good public transportation, Boyle Heights became home to a multitude of ethnic and religious groups. By the 1920s, Boyle Heights had the largest Jewish population west of the Mississippi River and many Jewish businesses, including the original location of Cantor's Deli. In the 1940s, however, the neighborhood was redlined by local banks, deeming it hazardous to investors. Boyle Heights also had a thriving Japanese-American population, which was decimated when Franklin Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066, leading to the mass incarceration of Japanese Americans. The demographics continued to shift as the black, Jewish, and Japanese communities were moving away from Boyle Heights in great numbers. The freeway boom led to displacement of 15,000 more Boyle Heights residents, specifically when the construction on the East LA interchange began. Boyle Heights' identity as one of the strongest Hispanic communities in Los Angeles has continued to grow, with many cultural events taking place there. Although Boyle Heights has seen many permutations throughout its evolution, one thing that can't be argued is that it's the heart and soul of our great city. All right, LA, it's been a minute.